Am I asking too much of myself? Is this even possible? I guess we'll find out. Hi and welcome to A World of Words. I'm Vanessa, an aspiring YA fantasy author, and I'm going to attempt my ideal writing routine. I'm coming to you from the future because I realized I forgot to actually say what my ideal writing routine was because I wanted to get to writing Monday when I filmed my first clip. My actual ideal writing plan and why I am doing these vlogs. I'm sure all writers have it, and even if you're not a writer, I'm sure you have like an ideal schedule that works with your life, what you could accomplish throughout the day if you organized your time perfectly, more or less, is what I'm trying to do. My original plan for the year, in order to finish my novel that I'm currently writing, which is I'm currently working on my Portal Fantasy Book 2, the sequel. I want to finish it this year, definitely. My original plan that I came up with at the beginning of the year was to write one chapter every 2 weeks, but I've been kind of inspired by different writing vlogs that I've been watching, and people are just like getting so many more words done. And I think I touched on this in another vlog that like it's okay to write slower, but I was like, I can probably do more writing than I am currently doing. I have the time to accomplish more. I just need to put more time into it. So that's where my ideal writing routine comes in. And for me, I can only do about an hour, hour and a half of speech recognition at one time before I get tired of talking so loudly and clearly and correcting it all the time. And what I have come up with for my ideal writing schedule, and I'll make a little graphic or something, I think, to put on this side, I think has more room. I would ideally like to wake up by 9 a.m. and get to writing and everything by 11 a.m. This gives me time for breakfast and whatever. Like, I should be able to get to writing before that, but like in Pirates of the Caribbean, it's more like guidelines than actual rules. Alright, and then I'll write until 12:30, have lunch, be back by 2 o'clock again. I don't need an hour and a half for lunch, but sometimes if I'm like gonna cook something, it ends up taking me that long. I watch Netflix while I eat, so sometimes it happens. Back to writing, hopefully by 2 p.m. and then write until 3:30, and this will give me two 90-minute sessions. If I write at my maximum speed with speech recognition, I think I can get maybe 500 words an hour. Maybe, judging by what I'd written down before, because in the past I've timed myself with how many words I can get in a certain period of time with speech recognition, and it varied usually between like 400 to 600 words an hour, so that's where I'm getting 500 words an hour. Hopefully I can get at least 1,000 words a day, and maybe more. I don't want to jinx anything. I feel like personally if I get to the point where I can write 1,500 words a day, like that would be the dream. Really, it would be so amazing. So today I woke up a little bit later than my ideal plan. I woke up at 10 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. But that's only an hour, so I could still totally attempt my plan and just push everything back 1 hour. So it is currently about like 11:55 or so right now, so I'm just going to try and write until 1:30 instead of 12:30. I don't have much planned in my outline for the current scene I am about to write today. It's pretty much just like 1 or 2 sentences of explaining what's going on, so that'll be interesting. That'll be pretty much me just like figuring out as I go along how to flesh this out into a complete 3D scene that is not just like 2 sentences of exposition. Alright, time for an update. So I ended up working from about 12:10 to 155, just because it turned out that when I looked at my outline, I realized that I wasn't actually at the scene that I thought I was at. I was at a different scene. I'd forgotten about the scene before it, and that scene is a little bit more complicated, so I ended up having to go back and, like, a while back in the story, there was the scene that had hinted at some sort of information, and this is the scene now, quite a while later, that explains what that first scene was alluding to. So I had to reread the other scene because it had been quite a while since I'd written that. Because in the scene I reveal some information. I had to figure out how the conversation between these two characters got to the point where the one character was sharing this information, because this wasn't information that you would just, like, bring up in a casual conversation. It was, like, kind of intense stuff that they were going back to, that they have to share in this scene. And so I was like, how am I going to get the conversation to that point was my problem. And I had to, like, do a bit of planning in my notebook to figure out how I'm going to get to that point. And then I had to write the scene. Between having to reread the one portion of the book and the work I did planning out the scene in my notebook, I ended up only writing about 330 words with my speech recognition because I'm trying not to type right now. I feel like my nose is a little bit stuffed up today, so I had to correct my speech recognition about every few words, which takes up a lot of time. Anyway, so that was a long writing session with not as much progress as I would like. So then I took a bit of a break. I did a very light ab exercise since I have not done ab exercises for quite a long time. Shame on me. I didn't want to hurt myself and overdo it. And then I had a snack. Now it is about almost 3 o'clock. Oh, now it is 3 o'clock. And I'm going to do my second writing session of the day, so I'll probably work until about 4:30 or so. Yeah, I'm almost to the interesting point of the scene, so I should get to write that now. And hopefully finish the scene and maybe start the next one. We'll see what happens. I mean, so far I'm proud of myself for actually getting some writing done since I haven't written in a very long time. So there is that. That is good. I finished the scene I was working on, and I ended up writing a total of 885 words after I had gone through and cleaned up all of the mistakes and extra random words that speech recognition likes to add in, because sometimes it counts me breathing as a word, and so it adds random ands and a's and stuff, because if I don't do it right away, future me is gonna go and read that mess and be like, what does it mean? Anyway, so I ended up finishing my writing at about 4:20 or 4:15, I forget, somewhere around there. So I had like an extra 10 minutes of allotted writing time that I could have started the next scene, but I was just kind of tired by then, and I was like, 885 words is actually really good day's writing for me, especially if it's all speech recognition like that. 885 is like a good typing day for me. Like when I decide to type, that's pretty decent amount for me to type, because I type so much faster than speech recognition. So for speech recognition, that's like an unheard of amount of words, because I'm trying this new thing where I do 2 writing sessions a day instead of just 1 writing session a day, because as you saw earlier, if I had stopped with my first writing session of the day, I only would have had like 300 words, and the scene really got going later on because I didn't have to do all that extra planning. I already knew what I wanted from the scene, and it went well. I'm actually super happy about that. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do next. I might do some reading, or I might do video editing, because I have 2 videos that I have already filmed that I could edit and have up this week. So I could do that and have it up earlier in the week. I don't know. I am losing daylight because it looks like a storm is rolling in. I ended up flipping a coin to decide whether I should video edit or read. In video editing won, so I actually managed to completely finish editing my bargain book haul, so it's exporting now and I will probably upload that tomorrow. And I even finished the thumbnail. It was a shockingly short video for me. It was only like 6 minutes long, which for me is very short because I have a problem with rambling. So anyway, I'm pretty happy with that being completely finished, and maybe I'll have time to read later, maybe not. I'm gonna watch Mary Poppins 2 tonight, probably. And I think I'm gonna leave this as the end of today's footage because I'm probably not gonna do anything more productive. I already completely edited a video. I did a lot of writing, so that is very, very productive for me. And that's gonna be it for today. I want to do this as like a whole week-long experiment. Hopefully I did not ramble too much. I kind of ruined that already. Anyway, that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.